Hi, my name is Anna Alsop, and today I will be teaching you about the psychology used by the Nazi regime to control the German populace. When I was in middle school, my English teacher, interestingly enough, showed us a movie called The Wave. It was an original short story about a teacher, Ron Jones, who created a classroom experiment called The Third Wave. Mr. Jones was a world history teacher, and while teaching about the Holocaust, was asked a question many have when learning about Nazi Germany. How could the German populace claim ignorance of the slaughter of the Jewish people? Mr. Jones decided to explore this question by leading an experiment on the students of his class. He did his research and made a plan to use the same psychological methods that Hitler did to show his students exactly how a population of people could become as Germany did. Mr. Jones taught through three principles: strength through discipline, strength through community, and strength through action. Strength through discipline. This principle explored the idea that the desire for discipline and uniformity is a natural need. It dealt with the psychological experiments performed on obedience and the power of social influence. The students who obeyed were rewarded, while those who disobeyed were shunned. This helped influence the students to want to obey and to be favored by their authoritative figure, Mr. Jones. The influence of having an authoritative figure present during the disciplinary learning was also a vital key, something that was used within the German troops. Strength through community. This principle explored the psychological elements of conformity and social norms. As humans, we commonly conform. We adjust our behavior or thinking towards some group standard. In the students' case, they were conforming to the ideas, values, and lessons that Mr. Jones was teaching. The more students who obeyed, the more likely the students were to conform to the ideas taught. Strength through action. This principle explored the psychological elements of achievement motivation. The students, when given tasks, often went above and beyond to complete them. These students had a desire for significant achievement, for mastering skills and ideas, for control, and for attaining a high standard, all for the third wave. These students wanted to prove themselves to the group and to their leader, Mr. Jones, so they did all that they could to do that. After teaching the students these three principles, the number of students had swelled from its original 30 to almost half of the school. Almost all of the students in the third wave were thoroughly committed and would do just about anything for the organization. Once the experiment became dangerous, with students getting into fights and people trashing property among other things, Mr. Jones told his group of students that there was to be a large rally where the world leader of the organization was to make an appearance and that everyone was required to be there. The students created banners, wore matching uniforms, made signs, and other things to bring to the rally. Once all the students were present in the auditorium, the meeting place of the rally, they sat in silence, waiting for their leader to show up on the television sets throughout the auditorium. After a while of silence, a student dared to explain, "There isn't a leader, is there?" The students were shocked and in disbelief. This is what happened next as Mr. Jones addressed the students.
Now listen carefully. There is no national youth movement. You thought you were so special, better than everyone outside this room. You traded your freedom for the luxury of feeling superior. You accepted the group's will over your own convictions, no matter who you hurt. Oh, you thought you were just going along for the ride, that you could walk away at any moment. But where were you heading? How far would you have gone?
The Nuremberg rally was the next thing the students saw. They saw the Holocaust played out in short clips. This experiment conducted by Mr. Jones is very powerful and something that I think every student in high school should be required to watch. It exemplifies the psychology that Hitler used to turn the German people into the force that they were. It answers the question that every student has of how could this have happened. It exemplifies important psychological topics such as obedience, social influence, conformity, social norms, and achievement motivation. And lastly, shows how psychology and human nature can lead to something as horrific as the Holocaust.